In this video, we're going to be doing another casting contest, and this time we're going to be testing the reel diameter. You can check out these two reels. They're the same, from the same brand. One is a 2500 and then one is a 1000, and they're both rigged up with the same line. We have 10-pound Power Pro. We have the exact same rod, the exact same weight that we're casting. And what we're going to analyze is, do the smaller reels help us cast further, or is it worse? I'm really not sure. There's an argument both ways where obviously the smaller reel has to go more rotations, but the smaller the diameter of the reel is that they don't go as wide, right? It's thinner circles, which might go through the rods a little bit cleaner. I'm really not sure. That's why we thought it'd be worth the test. And so what we're going to do is, I have some flags. So we have 6 of each, and we're going to cast down this beach, and we're going to mark exactly where they land. We're going to cast 6 times, and then I'm going to switch weights just to make sure that the weights weren't just like a fraction off and to impact the results. And we're going to do it again. And we're going to analyze the results, and we're going to let you know what happens. All right, so here's the results from the first test. So we took out the weakest one just for human error. There's always going to be some, but it's very noticeable, right? We have these pink flags. I was casting from that direction. The pink flags are on the further side. So that was the bigger reel. That was the 2500 reel. So the bigger diameter reel actually performed a little bit better. Granted, it's not a lot, but that's I would say that's probably 3.5, 4 feet. I forgot my measuring device, so we're just going to be eyeballing it. But first test, the 2500 was noticeably better. By a little bit, but it was still noticeable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the weights just to make sure that it wasn't an anomaly from the weights itself. And we're going to repeat this and do a final conclusion next. All right, so the final 5 casts were a little bit different. So in this case, they're pretty much the same. And so the red is the 2500, the green are the 1000. And I would say it's the same. The 1000 has the worst, but it also has the best. The rest are in between. Again, there's going to be some human error. So it looks like one of those weights was probably slightly a little bit off. I didn't detect it when I actually weighed them. But still, the fact that the other one, the 2500 won by about 3 feet before, I would say the true difference is probably about 1.5 feet. So the 2500 is going to cast a little bit better. Just not much. And again, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, 1.5 feet on a 150-foot cast is a very small percentage, but it is noticeable. This I think, even though there's human element involved, I think that I'm definitely going to continue going with the 2500. With the same line class, it seems like having less revolutions going off of that spool is a little bit beneficial. And having the smaller diameter, you're going to increase the risk of having wind knots. So for the added risk of wind knots and the slightly worse casting performance on the 1000 compared to the 2500, I'm going to continue with the 2500. And if I want to use lighter line, I'll just use the lighter line on the 2500. So that's the conclusion that I took from this. If you have any other opinions, or if you've tested out the 1000 versus the 2500, I'd be very curious to get your thoughts. The 1000, the smaller reels are becoming like the new trend. And so I wanted to do this test just to analyze, keeping everything constant, is that smaller diameter alone going to be helpful or not? And on casting distance, again, at best, I would say it's even. Or it's slightly worse, but as far as the wind knots, I'm 100% certain that the risk of wind knots are going to be stronger with that smaller diameter, because all those coils are going to go off a lot faster, and that's just going to increase the odds of one of those coils coming off a little bit faster than it otherwise should. But that's it for now. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the online fishing club that'll help you catch more saltwater slams than ever before, while saving money on all the tackle you need. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com. Otherwise, hope to see you again soon.
There's something about the water that'll give you peace, all by yourself or with your family. Live Salt Strong and wear the line today.